In this next example, we have lots of cables running horizontally into a big conduit pipe. In these large openings, it is advisable to place sleeves on the cables as they are pulled through. This makes it easier to fit the sleeves and also prevents overfilling of the conduit. As before, each cable is fitted with the correct size of sleeve. Once they've been pushed into the pipe, spare sleeves are inserted to fill up the remaining spaces. Putty is applied in the usual way, starting at the center in the most difficult section of the conduit, working outwards towards the sides. Once again, ensuring that there are no gaps between the cables. The installer checks thoroughly that enough putty has been applied before pushing it into place, taking care to press between the cables and then smoothing off by hand. One last check ensures the cable penetration is completely sealed. An important feature of the CRise system is the possibility of adding or removing cables at a later stage without disassembling the whole penetration. It's very simple. Just cut away the layer of Fiwa putty on both sides of the penetration in a tapering shape. Cut away as much putty as needed to pull the new cable or cables through the penetration. Pull the cables through one of the empty sleeves or through the opening that has been made. If the empty sleeves do not fit the size of the cable to be ducted, a number of insert sleeves must be removed. If a large number of cables has to be pulled through, one can remove as many sleeves as needed. After the cable or cables have been installed, sleeves are put around the cable that is pulled through. The open space is then filled up by fitting filler sleeves. Refill the openings cut in the putty layer at both sides of the penetration with Fiwa putty. Finally, press the putty down firmly and smooth it off with a dampened cloth. Even when applied vertically or upside down, the putty stays in place. We now look at how to seal various pipework penetrations using CSD sealing plugs and also the CRise system. In the first example, we use plugs for this pipe. The conduit is prepared by ensuring that there are no rough edges or burrs on the inside. The pipe is passed through the penetration. On the other side of the bulkhead, the first plug is made ready by smearing each half with the CSD lubricant inside and out. The inside of the conduit has also been smeared with the lubricant. Both halves are started by hand and then located all the way using a wooden block and a hammer. The other side of the bulkhead is sealed in exactly the same way. CSD lubricant is applied to the conduit and to the two halves of the plug. The plug is then fitted as before. To release any compressed air between the two plugs, a screwdriver is dipped in the lubricant and inserted into the split between the plugs. This releases the compressed air, making it easier to insert the second plug. Finally, the joint between the two pipes is fixed in place. Our last example is a pipe which goes through the penetration at an angle. As a result, plugs cannot be used. Instead, the CRise system is employed. CRise is the ideal solution for this, and also for multiple pipe penetrations. As in our first example, rubber strips are wrapped around the pipe and secured in place with wire. The number of layers depends on the size of the pipe. They can be inserted from one side of the deck head. Once again, leaving a free space of 20 mm on each end, and a 50 mm air gap in the middle. The free space around the pipe is packed with insert sleeves. Fewer sealant putty is applied and smoothed off in the usual way. On the top side of the penetration, extra sleeves are inserted to fill the gaps. The fewer putty is applied and then pushed into place with the moistened cloth. Finally, the putty is smoothed down and any unwanted putty is wiped off with the cloth. As we have shown, sealing penetrations using the CRise system and CSD sealing plugs is simplicity itself. Should you require more information, remember to consult the installation drawings. And if in any doubt, please contact your distributor or local representative. We'll be happy to help.